Coming up tonight, April 1st, we'll take a look closer at ESL's recent acquisition and what it means for North America. Check in with Susie Kim at Pro League in Korea. And we sat down with the European esports manager of Wargaming. Come on in. It's time for the ESGN News. Greetings from Studio Babelsberg in Berlin, Germany. My name is Dan Cho. Today is April the 1st, and on this day in esports history, the Raid Call EMS Spring 2013, organized by ESL, kicked off 1 year ago today, featuring 16 teams and a $5,000 Euro prize pool. So while we're mentioning ESL, we start today's news with their huge North American esports announcement. The ESL has acquired the ESS agency, formerly known as Esports Services Agency, to launch their esports program in North America. It's an initiative labeled ESL America. This creates huge impact in the region at the moment, considering the struggles of NA organizations in the past, such as the IGN Pro League and NASL. Particularly for StarCraft 2, since NASL dropped WCS America a few weeks ago and Mr. Bitter left for Red Bull Esports, the uncertainty of NA was left in the dark. However, this will change as ESL will run a full production studio in Los Angeles, California. ESL is one of the largest esports hosting events like Riot's LCS Europe, the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge, Blizzard's WCS Europe, and their ESL One series in addition to the countless online cups. ESGN reached out to Ralph Reichart, CEO of ESL Internal Entertainment, asking him what they are hoping to achieve with their recent acquisition. And he said, quote, "This expansion will drastically improve our capabilities to offer world-class esports experiences to the North American community. Going forward, we will be able to host much more online content, studio broadcasts, and even fantastic live experiences, hopefully equivalent to our recent Intel Extreme Masters World Championship in Katowice." Question remains in the future implications this brings along, as MLG is currently the biggest and most prominent provider for esports in North America. Though MLG is focusing more on the console market, they have recently launched their StarCraft 2 tournament, Shellcraft, in partnership with Total Biscuit. And with their announcement that Dota 2 will not be held at MLG Anaheim due to the density of Dota 2 events this year, there is a certain demand that ESL will be able to cover games like StarCraft 2 directly. We're excited to see what ESL has in store for the esports world, and we'll keep you posted on future announcements. You may have felt that this prank, but it was not an intentional one by any means. The European Blizzard servers have been receiving severe DDoS attacks during the entire day, affecting all Battle.net games, including Diablo, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and Hearthstone. High latency and disconnection issues have been plaguing players all across Europe. The attack isn't directed at Blizzard's infrastructure directly, though, as several European online services are suffering connection issues at the moment. This is particularly annoying for Diablo fans who have recently purchased Reaper of Souls, which has captured the attention of the PC gamer nation. Blizzard has been treating each person with connection problems individually throughout the day until the issue is fixed completely. If you have one, head over to Battle.net forums on the updates for server stability. Valve has finally announced details on the International 4. The press release came out on March 31st, so it's pretty safe to assume this is no April Fool's prank. This year, many Dota 2 fans already anticipated TI4 being held in mid-July instead of August. The event will be on July 18th to 21st and played in Seattle, Washington at the Key Arena. The 17,000-seated venue will be able to accommodate the vast crowd of Dota 2 fans, an amount way higher than the 3,000-seat Benaroya Hall, which hosted the previous two versions of TI. The location change was required due to the increasing popularity of the massive $1 million Valve tournament. 11 teams, which are still unknown, will be invited directly for the main event, and the other 5 will have to fight in the regional qualifiers for a spot. Now, unlike last year, there will be 4 regional qualifiers: Europe, America, Southeast Asia, and China, that take place during May 12th to the 25th. Ticket sales will begin on April 4th at 11 p.m. Central European Time through Ticketmaster. There will be 3 types of tickets: general admission for $99, floor seats costing $200, and the VIP Lavish package, which costs $499, which includes VIP meet and greets, as well as access to the after party. For more information, head over to blog.dota2.com for the full details on all things TI4. Over in the League of Legends world, Riot has also recently announced more details of their fun event, including the All-Star Special in Paris, which will be held from the 8th to 11th of May. Voting information and the schedule will be released. Since yesterday, every player in the League of Legends community can vote on their top 3 choices for regional representatives. However, CLG's jungler Marcel Dexter Feldkamp cannot be voted for due to the rule that players had to have played a minimum of 15 games in their region by the 26th of March, which unfortunately he did not. In addition to the games of the All-Star Invitationals, there will be a preceding All-Star Challenge, which consists of 2 mixed region teams for skill competitions. On Thursday and Friday, every region of the Invitationals will have to play against 2 other regions. Following on Saturday, the semifinals will start and the finals on Sunday. Tickets went on sale today. If you wish to get one of them, you can grab a hold of them at lolesports.com. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we sit down with the esports manager of Wargaming. Also, GameFi will bring us the latest update from LPL. And later on, we take a look at some of the fun April Fool's pranks that made our news live so difficult today. Don't go anywhere. ESGN News will be right back. Welcome back to ESGN News. Round 2 of the StarCraft 2 Pro League playoffs wrapped up today. Let's take a quick stroll down through what happened in the last stages. In round 1, MVP fell back on Protoss player Billowy to all-kill the entire KT roster lineup, including Flash in the final game, and swept them 4-0. In the next round, MVP had a tougher series against CJ Entis, who skipped GSL qualifiers in order to focus more on the playoffs. Didn't exactly work out as planned because MVP took the first map and the rest of the series was a constant exchange of winning and losing. Final map was played between CJ Hero and MVP Super. MVP's superiority shined through and brought them straight into the final match, where they had to play against the Jin Air Green Wings, who was the #1 seeded team for round 2. Pro League has recently been a playground for Protoss players, but this match wasn't the case. 16-year-old star Terran player Maru managed to take 3 maps away for Jin Air, defeating Billowy, Dongragu, and Tails. Eventually, Maru lost the Super on Polar Night afterwards, but the lead was too large for MVP to come back. On the 5th map, Jin Air Green Wings took the victory and wins the second round of Pro League.
Hey guys, here I am at Pro League Round 2 Finals between Jin Air and MVP. Now, before I go on and talk about the games, here you can see that they're doing a special event. They're having different people who are here pick numbers. Oh my gosh, and you just witnessed it. They're having people pick random numbers to open up the lock, and this man has just won himself a Galaxy Tab 10.1. Now, amidst all this excitement, the game so far, it has been Maru just beasting it up. And when asking all the other audience members who they think they're going to win, it's not even Jin Air going to win. They think it's going to be Maru. But we expect a lot of interesting games, and we'll have to see at the end of the day who wins round 2 of the StarCraft 2 Pro League. Alright guys, well Jin Air wins out round 2 just as expected, but Super was able to take 1 game off. They were able to stop Maru on his Tyrant Parade, but Cure goes ahead and wins it all for the team. Now that puts Jin Air at 2nd place in right below KT Rolster for round 1 and 2 total amount of points accumulated. And round 3 of Pro League will start again on April 13th, Sunday, so tune in to see who wins out that one.
Congrats to Maru and Jin Air Green Wings. The 3rd round of Pro League will start next week. We'll be sure to keep you posted on future updates and as well as get Susie back on the show. Thank you so much, Susie. Follow her on Twitter at Little Susie. Our partners at GameFi have news from China for you as there is yet another week of the Tencent LOL Pro League. Check out the match between LDG and Edward Gaming. Last week witnessed the first week of China's LPL Spring 2014. Round 2's most exciting game was brought by EDG, who currently ranks in second place on the league table, and their competitive components LGD, who currently sit in third place. As Game 1 started, EDG's top solo Shyvana switched the lane decisively when she confronted Renekton from the other side, but the two bottom towers of EDG were taken by the 6th minute from a concerted LGD push with Sivir, Karma, and Lee Sin. This gave LGD's exceptional vision control on the bottom lane. However, EDG responded by sending their jungler Pantheon to initiate teamfights in the bot lane, allowing them to kill the dragon and capture the overall gold lead. This move paid dividends by ensuring EDG's domination of this game. LGD even took the Baron with only Sivir and Pantheon. EDG thus controlled the pace of the game till the end, resulting in a 9-minute 24-second win in favor of EDG. In Game 2, it seemed like LGD ignored the lessons taught in the first game, choosing not to ban Pantheon once more. This enabled Clearlove to pick him again and play a comfortable game. EDG used Artisan of War for the second time and kept harassing LGD's mid and bottom lanes in order to gain his teammates a considerable advantage. Later, Stiz, the AD carry of LGD, withstood the pressure from the bot lane by securing an important double kill, empowering his Lucian for the rest of the game. By the time the mid-game rolled around, EDG's Dr. Mundo initiated several clutch teleports, which turned the tides in the bottom lane through 5v4 engagements. LGD was predictably forced to call their GG after the game deteriorated any likelihood of garnering control. As China's LPL Spring 2014 season is approaching the later stages, we expect more breathtaking games in the near future. We will keep you posted on any further updates provided by our Chinese partner GameFi. Thanks to our partners GameFi, we look forward to more of your awesome updates. For more on their partner on China, check out gamefi.cn. Yesterday, Jay previewed the WGL Grand Finals event this weekend for World of Tanks. And earlier today, we had the chance to sit down with Wargaming's esports European manager, Nicolas Passamach, to talk about the World of Tanks esports and their plans for the future. I'm joined by Nicolas Passamach, the head of esports for EU Wargaming. Welcome to the Daily News.
Hey, hello everyone.
So the first thing we want to start off with is kind of a reflective question. How satisfied is Wargaming with 2013 and all the esports league?
Well, we're very satisfied because, we started as a game that was not really designed for esports initially. So we answered to the players' requests to grow an esports facets. And look at where we are now with the Grand Finals as a major event in the scene, so we are very satisfied. But it doesn't mean that it's the end of the road in terms of, let's say, development. We want to be even more satisfied next year.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point. People criticized World of Tanks at the beginning because they said it wasn't very spectator-friendly, but you have been slowly converting the player audience into just becoming the esports audience. How do you guys go about that? It's a pretty big challenge because for a long time, people felt like World of Tanks wasn't really watchable, but now you have a steadily growing fan base.
Yeah, it's not about the World of Tanks player base. It's about growing the esports player base, and this is a challenge that is not only for Wargaming but for Blizzard, Riot, and Steam, and the other actors on the market. If we can reach more people by, for instance, having major events like the Grand Finals, which are very public, very visible, then we can grow our player base, our esports base outside of our own player bases, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And another one of those concerns was even just the 742 rules, how you have this set of rules that were being enforced upon the World of Tanks competitive scene. Now that you guys have had some time, you've seen some of the fun parts of it, and also the draws, the long games, the long series rules. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the overall 742 format?
Yeah, it's true. Sometimes a game can be, how to say, it has its ups and downs in terms of spectacular moments. When someone is camping, it's hard to feel excited about that unless an ambush is coming very soon. So we're trying to explore new areas to make it more exciting. But how to say that we worked on that by restraining, by adding more rules, but it doesn't work very well in the end. So I think a better approach is to motivate players to find themselves aggressive strategies. That's why we implemented the Blitz mechanism for the Grand Finals. And even if it's successful or not, we will keep exploring options to make the game more aggressive and interesting to watch.
So now that you've had a year of experience in esports and pushing out the Wargaming.net League, what are some of the lessons that you guys learned, and how do you plan to execute 2014 with these things in mind?
We noticed that our esports players could be divided into two big categories. The pro players and the fun players. And maybe we will try to organize our tournaments more this way, because when we mix both, it doesn't turn out very well. Our grassroots players, they want fun, they don't maybe want money at the end of a tournament, and maybe we should just not mix them with pro players. We want something very well structured and interesting rewards. So that's how we will do in 2014, maybe, divide it more clearly for the players so they can come and join freely a game without bothering to be, without being threatened by pro players joining the same tournament than them.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. I only have one more question for you, Nicholas, before I let you go. This weekend is the grand finals in Warsaw, Poland. What is the most exciting aspect for you personally this weekend?
It's my first offline event ever. I've always somehow missed. Wow. I'm in the industry since 10 years, roughly, and I always try to find a way to offline events. So it's my first. So that's exciting just by itself.
What took you so long?
I don't know. I always missed Gamescom and stuff like that.
Well, it's certainly an experience to remember. April 4th to 6th, twitch.tv/WJLEU. Thank you so much, Nicholas, for joining us.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for interviewing me.
We'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Thanks again to Nicholas for stopping by. ESGN will bring you an exclusive look at the Warsaw Finals next week. After the break, we look at the fun stories of April 1st, find out why it's a good idea for DreamHack to be an outdoor event. Blizzard's latest announcement sure sounds silly, and we'll shed some light on Facebook and the Rockstar acquisition. You won't want to miss it. ESGN News returns right after this. You're watching the ESGN News with Frodan. Tonight continues Season 5 of Hearthstone Fight Night. Yesterday, Dark Wanox took out Doggy House captain Artosis, tuned to see if Manic Grind will continue the trend tonight here on ESGNTV.com. As everybody knows, today is the 1st of April, which apparently encourages everyone on the internet to mess around a little bit. In short, today is a bit hard to report on what's actually going on, both for news and fans. We thought it'd be fun to share some of the fun favorite joke stories of the day. One of the biggest news right now, for example, is the renaming of professional League of Legends team Copenhagen Wolves to Copenhagen Doggies. According to official announcements, the team sees this as, quote, another giant step towards becoming one of the most globally recognizable brands within the world of electronic sports, end quote. We'll definitely see that about what maybe be a lawsuit by Team Doggy, already a well-known team in the Dota 2 scene. Good luck to the Copenhagen Doggies, and hopefully we can see who's a good boy when Spring Split is over. Another shocking team revelation has been announced earlier today. After the recent losing streak of Team Alternate CSGO squad, the team finally took a game off of Mouse Sports. This, however, resulted in a ban from StarLadder due to the implausible outcome of the match. Team Alternate officials said in a statement via their Facebook fan page saying, quote, this would be nearly impossible, so they were not sure how to handle the situation and disqualified us. This makes both the competitive scene and the fans wonder if, from now, underdogs will be rewarded with bans instead of prizes in the future in esports. Should anything further develop in regards to the situation, we'll be sure to keep you posted. DreamHack Winter 2014 will expand their area. They will use the entire grassland area surrounding the Elmia fairs. This allows to double the amount of BYOC seats thanks to this space. CEO of DreamHack, Robert Olin, said that we use every square inch of Elmia today. In order to expand further, we need more space. Taking it outdoors feels like a natural step since Elmia already hosts numerous events outside, and DreamHack Winter is DreamHack Winter. Moving the LAN outdoors and using the Elmia halls as sleeping halls will give us enormous growth potential. So don't forget to book your seats outdoors for the next DreamHack. Now, speaking of DreamHack, for many months now, they've been partnering with Azo to bring you tournaments of the highest quality. Now, DreamHack won't have to worry about the hardware getting affected by weather or somebody spilling his Red Bull on the monitors. That's right. With the 1st of April announcement, Azo has declared the world's first outdoor gaming monitor. Take a look at Fnatic's Karn introducing the Forest X212 in this video.
We can all agree that esports has come a very long way. We are today filling up stadiums around the world. The players are competing for millions of dollars in prize money in front of hundreds of thousands of fans. Still, there are a lot of people out there that claims that esports is not a regular sport. Together with Azo and DreamHack, Fnatic is going to change this. It was during my visit to the Azo factory in Japan, we at Fnatic expressed the idea of creating a monitor that is suitable for outdoor use. This monitor would be the ultimate showcase that esports is just like any other sports, and with this revolutionizing product we will be able to show once and for all that athletes of esports are not scared of the Earth's fiercest elements. May it be snow, rain or storms, we will play. A few months ago, I was thrilled to hear that the fine Azo engineers had developed a rugged monitor suitable for the task of making a final statement to all the naysayers. This Full HD 26-inch Forest gaming monitor is resistant to rain and snow, and it can operate at extreme temperatures ranging from -30 to 60 degrees Celsius.
Quite impressive. With all these resistances, the EX might also tank from my raid group. And just in case the raid wipes or you somehow manage to damage the beast, Azo guarantees you a 3-year warranty for 24-hour use. And if that already isn't enough reason to prepare your bank account for the release date, ESGN News will make sure to keep you informed on this special offer. The future of competitive League of Legends has been revealed. Patch notes have been released for a new game mode called Ultra Rapid Fire. This mode is a major balance update set to debut in the next season of League of Legends. Ultra Rapid Fire, or URF for short, is comparable to the WTF mode in Warcraft 3's Dota mod. For the quick lowdown, Ultra Fire mode enables champions to spam abilities and wreak Armageddon upon enemies. Every champion has a buff which includes 80% cooldown reduction on abilities, active items, and summoner spells. But to prevent unfun scenarios like running out of mana, Riot removed mana and energy costs completely. Additionally, all attack speed bonuses from items and abilities have been doubled, and ranged characters start with an extra 25% critical strike damage modifier. Now naturally this would be quite hectic, and due to the chaos that would break out and the potential to hurt a player's feelings when getting stopped, they did several changes to unique champions. For example, Teemo's mushrooms are now capped to a limit of 6, while Shaco can place up to 6 boxes. Another major change has been a long time coming. Riot has nerfed Irelia again. Her base health was 546 before the patch, but now it's 545.6 and will be rounded off to the nearest whole number. As of today's European LCS games, the mode will be presented in a show match between Cloud9 and TSM. Let's see who gets fed on the enemy's tiers first. In line with the recent acquisitions, the social network Facebook announced they just bought Rockstar Games, the makers of the beloved Grand Theft Auto series. With the deal sealed, they also announced GTA 6 as an Oculus Rift exclusive release. And if that wasn't enough, they additionally plan to launch a browser game version of GTA 5 instead of the PC version. With the buying of Rockstar Games for $33 billion US, they also got licenses to other games like Max Payne, Red Dead Redemption, and LA Noire. Information on the release date on the upcoming stuff aren't available yet, perhaps on the next April Fool's Day. The jokes are not done yet. Apparently the future has arrived again. Sony has managed to merge our favorite daily activities together. The newly announced Sony Power Food will make it possible to charge your electronic devices with food. Now, after years of researching, they have finally managed to create a new enzyme that will power humans as much as it will power our gadgets. Voltaic enzyme. Ever walked around and the battery of your phone died? No juice on your camera anymore? That's all history now, as Sony has been driven by innovation, and with their latest invention, they are entering a market that has been inaccessible for them until now. Sony will launch a classic chocolate, which comes in 3 different flavors: protein energy bars, crunchy loops, and many more starting today. Now, we don't have to worry about empty batteries on our wireless accessories anymore. A delicious future indeed.
Aren't just for techies.
Blizzard fans of having the inability to change their character name for a game. Well, Blizzard decided to rebrand the name of the latest StarCraft 2 expansion. Instead of Legacy of the Void, it will now be known as Herald of the Stars and feature Artanis, the hierarch of the Templar Sages. And if you've been following, it'll be the 3rd installment of StarCraft 2 and the continuation of Everything Hot. It'll feature a, quote, revolutionary non-linear campaign. It can be played backwards, forwards, with any mission in any order, or not played at all, while still delivering the exact same life-affirming storyline, end quote. With the addition of 10 shades of blue for your laser and an upcoming dance editor, Blizzard has definitely a bestseller in store. And our last fun story of the evening also involves another Blizzard story because it's a beat-em-up time. The Misfits will take over the Blizzard universe and will get their own spotlight as Blizzard is about to release their new game called Blizzard Outcast: Vengeance of the Vanquished. For years, these characters had to suffer. They were punched and laughed at, but now it's their time to shine. Pick your favorite Outcast character like Arcturus Mensk, Deckard Cain, Kael'thas Sunstrider, or the Treasure Goblin, or even the Baneling, and get ready to kick some asses. Blizzard has already revealed 9 stages, which you know from the other games. You can feed the ravens on Tristram with your defeated enemy, fight in the Evolution Pit, or destroy peace in the Borthum in the Jade Forest. It becomes even better as they also designed a new controller which will perfectly suit your gameplay. A spiked stick with 32 buttons and even a credit card slot where you can speed up your game with in-game purchases. Running low on health, just swipe your credit card and you're good to go again. This is just the beginning since they consider it only the first chapter in the Blizzard Outcast heptology with more characters coming. Check out battle.net for more details on this next level hero brawler. I actually kind of wish that one was real. That's all the news that fits to the stream. Before we fish out here, let's head over to the 5-day forecast. Starting on Wednesday, we have the Asus ROG Dream League continuing with teams like Fnatic playing against ROG's Kiss. You can watch it live at 6:30 p.m. Central European Time, twitch.tv/DreamLeague. Don't forget the time zone changes. On Thursday, we have the WPC 2014 Titan, HTT, and Tong Fu. It all starts at 5:30 a.m. Central ET with twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit. And then the day after, we have the LCS North America Super Week. It's heading on Friday, and it all starts at noon Pacific. We'll decide the #1 team of NA as well as a lot of important matches. Catch all the action, lolesports.com, twitch.tv/RiotGames. And on Saturday, we have the LPL Week 7 happening in China. Positive Energy kicks it off against Royal Club. All goes down 4 p.m. Central European Time, twitch.tv/LPL. And then finally on Sunday, the GPL Grand Finals will take place. Make sure to catch all of the hot LOL action over at lolesports.com. And as always, if you have any news you want to share, send us an email, news@esgntv.com. From Dan Cho and the rest of the crew here at Studio One, have a good evening. Fight Night Hearthstone is coming up.